All right, with 30, 60, 90-degree triangles, they're either going to give you this. So let's say this is 30 degrees. They're either going to give you the smallest side, the middle, the in between, or the medium. I'll call it the medium side, or the largest side. And remember, in triangles, the smallest side is always across from the smallest angle. So 30 degrees is there. That means that's the smallest side. 60 degrees is up there, that means that that's the middle side, and 90 degrees is down there, that means that's the largest side. So if they give you the smallest side, then that means the smallest side, let me write it differently. If they give you the smallest side, so we'll call that x, so we're going to say that they're giving you x always, then that means the largest side is double of that. And the reason is because if you think about this triangle, if I put another 30, 60, 90 triangle right next to it, this is 60, that's 90, and that's 30. Notice that I have a 60, 60, 60 triangle, and which means that all three of these sides are equal to each other. And if all three of those sides are equal to each other, then if I take half of that, it would be 1/2 of x. So the smallest side is always half as big as the largest side, only in a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So if they give you the smallest side, then the largest side is double the smallest side, and the medium side is the square root of 3 times the smallest side. That's always the relationship between the smallest side and the medium side. If they give you the largest side as x, so now we're saying this is x. If that's your x, then what would the smallest side be? What's the relationship between the largest and the smallest side always?
It's half.
It's always a half, so it would be 1/2 times x. And what's the medium side going to be? It's always the smallest side times square root of 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's square root of 3 over 2, which is like 1/2 times the square root of 3 times x. Okay? And if they give you the medium side, that's the trickiest one. If they give you the medium length side, the one across from the 60, then we have to go backward to get to the smallest side. Well, if I multiply by square root of 3 to get from there to there, what do I do to get from here to here? Instead of multiplying, I divide. So this is x divided by the square root of 3. And now how do I go from the smallest side to the largest side?
Multiply by 2.
I multiply by 2. So this is 2 over the square root of 3 times x. So you basically just double that one over there. So that's how you do these problems. Let's do some examples. So let's say that they give us 5 feet or 5 inches or something. Let's call it feet. 5 feet across from 30 degrees. Well, is that our biggest, our smallest, or our medium side? That's the smallest, right? So this is 5. If this is 5, then what's the largest side going to be?
2 times 5.
It's going to be 2 times 5, which is 10. And what's the medium side going to be?
5 divided by...
Not 5 divided by... 5
5
times the square root of 3. Very good. 5 square root of 3. That's it. Now what if they said that 5 was across from your 60-degree angle?
It's the middle.
That's your middle one. So what do I go to first? The smallest one or the largest one? You always want to go... Yeah, you want to go to the smallest one, because what's the relationship between the middle one and the smallest one? Instead of multiplying by square root of 3, I divide. So this is just 5 divided by the square root of 3, which, by the way, your teacher's going to want you maybe to simplify that. So you multiply by root 3 over root 3, if your teacher wants you to simplify that. And these two, what's root 3 times root 3? It's root 9, which is 3. It just gets rid of the square root sign. So this equals 5 root 3 over 3. That's your answer for this small side. And if that's my small side, what's the big side?
Times 2.
It's 2 times 5 root 3 over 3. And what does this 2 get multiplied by? It doesn't get distributed. It just gets multiplied by just the 5.
So that would be 10.
So that equals 10 root 3 over 3.
Okay.
So those are your sides. So now let's say, what if the largest side was 5? Let me change. I don't have to change colors. That's fine. If the largest side? Notice that that's across from the 90 degrees. So that's the largest side. Which side should I go to now?
The smallest.
Mm-hmm. Go to the smallest side, which is which one?
The one across from 30.
Mm-hmm. So this is the smallest side, and it's 5 divided by 2, so it's 5 halves. And what's the medium side?
Would be 5 and then the square root.
5 halves times root 3, or 5 root 3 over 2. That's the same thing.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
Okay.